Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about strong action attracts women. So what do I mean then by strong action? Well, strong action is, in another way you could say, it would be like bold action. It could be like leadership energy. So how can you then develop this so then you can attract more women and you can be more attractive to women? So it's all about developing then this sort of these strong actions, this leadership kind of energy, because what you'll find is that women are most attracted to, and you can see this in just like the wild, when it comes to animals. And as a human being, we are just an advanced animal, basically. But women are attracted to the alpha, okay? And the alpha isn't always necessarily the strongest, but it's the leader, okay? It's not always the most dominant, I guess, in that kind of sense, but it's the leader of the pack. That's the one that the women are most attracted to. So that's all about leadership energy. Then it's about leading the herd. It's about leading the group, of being the one to go first, which is what being a leader means. It means to go first. Okay, so can you then apply that when you're at work, or if you're at school or something like that? If you're a student watching this, how can you apply that? How can you be that way when you're out and about as well, so that women notice you and notice that you've got that leadership energy? And this is one of the ways that you can attract women to you without actually having to say anything to them as much. Okay. So when you're at work, if you're in a work environment where there's lots of women and maybe you're trying to attract some of these women, then the best way that you can do that is to become a leader at work. Now, that doesn't mean that you're the boss, okay? It doesn't even have to mean that you're a supervisor, although those are good positions to try and find yourself in. But it just means, like, let's say, for example, you're in a meeting, okay? And let's say the one that's leading the meeting is asking suggestions on what to do for your project, whatever the project may be. Try and be the first one to come up with an idea and say something about that, okay? And come up with an idea. That's how you can start to apply that in your job and at work. Also, when you're at work as well, if let's say you don't do anything like team meetings and stuff like that, then just always go by your initiative. If you know what you should be doing next after you finish your whatever task you were doing, then go and do that, okay? If someone comes up to you and asks you what to do, then just help them, guide them. And that's how you can develop that sort of like leadership energy at work. It's about going first. Even if people don't follow along with your idea, what you said, just the fact that you were the first one to say something shows that you are more bold, even if they don't go along with it. But more than likely what you'll find is a lot of people will probably go along with it. There may only be just a couple that may not. But that's how you can develop that leadership energy, okay? And it's the same for when you're at school. If you're in like a group thing, try and be the leader. Like if, let's say, you're going out with some of your friends from school, let's say you're at college or something like that, or university, and they're all figuring, oh, what should we do, what should we do this weekend, or where should we go when you're out, then just make a suggestion. Just be the first one to make a suggestion. Be like, oh, how about we go here, how about we do this? And that's how you can show that leadership energy. And also as well, when you're going somewhere with a group of people, whether that's just with your guy friends or whether it's a mixed group with women in it too, be the one that's leading the group to where you're going. So what I mean by that is be the first one, like literally the first one in front of the pack. Okay, because that's what the alpha does. In like, if you think of like a pack of wolves, so it's the alpha that's at the front and leading the group. Okay, so you can lead them by words, but you can also physically lead them if you're going out somewhere. And, for example, if you're at a theme park and you're deciding what ride to go on next, you lead the group to the next ride. You're like, how about we go to that one? And then you're at the front, okay? And you can do that as well when you're out and about. If you're older and you go out with your friends at the bar, be the leader. And you don't have to just do this with the women. Do this with the men too. So it shows that you're the leader of those men. Okay, you may be the leader of your friendship group. So let's say you're out with a bunch of your guy friends and you're going to, a nightclub, or you're going to a bar or something. Suggest which next bar to go to if you're deciding on that, if everyone's wondering about that. And when you're physically going to that bar or that new place that you're going to, be at the front, be the one that's taking them there, be the one with the Google Maps open and looking at where to go, and let other people follow you. Okay, and that's another way that you can show that leadership energy. So in romance then, like, how can you become the leader when you're talking to a woman and you're dating her? Well, when you're deciding on what to do, you know, if let's say, for example, you've arranged a date that said that, okay, we're going to meet up on Saturday, and you're like, great. Don't ask her what you guys should do. Just come up with something. Don't even ask her what she thinks you should do, what she thinks you guys should do. Just say something like, okay, great, I'm glad that you're free on Saturday. How about we meet at this restaurant at this time? Or how about we meet at this park? Or how about we meet up at this place in the city? You know, just offer a suggestion of where to go, okay? Just be the first one to do it, okay? Now, if she doesn't happen to like what you've picked, then that's fine. Either come up with another suggestion, or maybe she'll say something of where she would prefer to go. Because obviously, you know, it could be that, you know, let's say you pick a restaurant and she doesn't want to go there because her cousin works there, or, you know, grandmother runs the restaurant or something, and you didn't know that. Or maybe someone she went to school with goes there and they bullied her or something like that. Just let it go. Okay, and be like, okay, fair enough, let's not go there then. How about we go here? Or maybe she'll offer a suggestion of where to go in, you know, when she declines that place that you've suggested. So, but it's not about whether or not she goes along with the plans. It's the fact that you went first and you offered a suggestion first before she did. Okay. So that's all that matters there. And again, like when you're out with her and you're, you know, maybe you've gone to have drinks and now you're going somewhere else, like maybe you're going to the cinema or something, or you're going to a bar, take her hand and lead her to where you're going. So be like a little bit, either be side by side with her or be like a step in front of her, like just one step or so. Okay. And if you can hold hands, that's even better, and sort of like lead her that way. But if not, it doesn't matter. Just be in front of her or side by side with her. Never be like behind her and getting her to like take you to where you're going. Okay, be in front of her. Okay, and that's another way that you can show that leadership energy. So it's all about just going first. It's all about just being the bold one, and, you know, especially when you can notice, like when you're at work or something and the room is like dead silent because no one knows what to do, like in a meeting or something, or you're doing like a team building exercise. Just break the silence, be the first one, and that will show that leadership energy. And the more you act like a leader, the more you'll actually be put in positions of leadership, if that's something that you want. Of course, you can always decline that if you don't want it. But it's more likely if you act like a leader and you show you're in that initiative and you go first, you're more likely to be promoted to higher positions if that's something that you want. And women pay attention to that energy. They pay attention to those guys that show that leadership energy because it is alpha energy. It's the leader of the pack energy. Okay, and that's why strong attraction attracts women, because it's alpha energy. It's a very deep psychological thing that females are attracted to, whether it's in the human kingdom or the animal kingdom. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally and you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com and pick whichever coaching option works best for you at this current time. Also on the coaching page, you'll find Dating Basics for Men, which is a 40-minute course. But you don't have to get coaching with me. You don't have to get the course, because you can easily just coach yourself by going to, again, www.christineloveridge.com and go into the menu on the website and go into the book. And you can easily just read this book 100% for free. You don't have to log into the website. You don't have to sign up for anything. It's just there for you to read for free on the website. It'll take you, that link will take you straight to the PDF reader. Where you can access it, okay? So you can easily coach yourself by reading this book, which I highly recommend that you do. And also as well, you can always come back to this video if you found this particular video helpful, or any others that you found on my channel helpful, so you can review things and go over them time and time again. And I recommend that you do the same with the book too. So you go over it time and time again, especially in those moments of need when you're about to go out on a date, or you're just feeling low confidence for whatever reason. Perhaps you've had a rejection and that's kind of stung, and you kind of want to build your confidence back up, your self-esteem back up. Just keep on coming back to this, because this will teach you everything that you need to know. It's basically the foundation of all the knowledge that I know on dating and relationships. So, you can easily just become another version of me if you study this religiously. if you want to become another version of me, which I don't know if that's the best way to advertise that book, but but it's everything. If you want to have the knowledge that I do, then it's in here, okay? But you may just also want to supplement it with videos on my channel as too, and other people's videos too. Like, there are other great coaches out there. Other books that I recommend getting is Models by Mark Manson, Dating Essentials for Men by Robert Glover, and 3% Man by Corey Wayne, The Way of the Superior Man by David Data. There's plenty of books and resources out there for you, but if you want something that's 100% for free, you can get this one. I think Corey Wayne's book is also for free too, if you just sign up for his website. But there's plenty of resources out there that can help you, that I'm sure you can find for free or at very low cost. So thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.